important, right? Because we communicate every day in our lives. But the big question is, how effective are we? So that's one thing that we're going to really cover tonight is what is effectiveness and how effective are we? Because a lot of times we're so busy, not only in our day, but also in our mind. One of the things that we lack being is present. We're going to do an exercise so you get to see most of the time when we communicate to others what we're really doing. And the other point is, why do we communicate the way we do? So a lot of the reasons why we communicate the way we do is pretty obvious. It comes from our cultural background, how we were raised. The article talks about a lot of times when we're at a younger age, between 0 to 5, we start seeing the adults around us interact with each other and communicating in certain ways. Whether it's arguing or changing their tone of voice, using certain language, and then we are pretty smart at that age where we really pick it up and see how effective it is. So if someone raises their voice, do they get their way? If someone acts like a victim with the language that they use, what happens? And then what we do is we create stories behind that. We give reason to it, we justify it. So it becomes embedded in us long enough that when we're adults, we start using the same techniques, which are not effective. That's a lot of times we talk over each other, or we're more focused on being right, making the other person wrong, or we're so stuck in our own head that we're not even listening to what the other person is even saying. So that's why a lot of times we don't have effective communication. And a lot of people like to see that, oh my God, this person's acting like a child, know where it's coming from. Or a lot of times when you see yourself, oh my God, why did I just do that? You can go back and really realize, think about it, at what age did that happen to you, that you're using that same experience in a different way. And another thing is a lot of things can happen in our lives. For instance, someone can yell at you, male or female. So you create the story around it that from that moment on, you have to be more defensive to that male or female. Depending on what age that person is, race, gender, age, you start creating the story around this. And to those certain people, you have to act a certain way. So that becomes another bias that you create around communication with yourself. So how many are we? I think we're like
11.
10, 11?
11.
11 including me?
Yes.
So I don't know how we're going to do this. I was hoping for an even pair. So we're going to do this exercise. The first part of it is going to be, you get 2 minutes each, so each partner has 1 minute. So I think probably like a couple of you will have to have a group of 3 to even it out. And you're going to communicate with each other. So 2 people, for the group that's going to have 3 people, so 2 people will be listening, which is really ignoring. So the first part of the exercise, you're only going to be ignoring the person that's talking. Doing your best to ignore them in every possible way. And then after the minute's up, we're going to switch and do the same thing again, and then there's a second part to the exercise. Got it?
What are we talking
Yes.
about? Because whatever-
Anything that you're passionate about. Actually, the more you're passionate about the topic, the better.
And then, okay.
Okay?
So what the other person is going to ignore what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yes, so completely ignore. And you
So
can
no-
be as obnoxious as you want.
No head nodding or
Yeah.
smiling
No.
or anything.
As
Just-
if you're not listening.
You can
Yeah.
file your nails, play with your hair, talk on the phone, anything. Or be bored.
So we've got 3 groups of 2 here and 2 groups of 2 here.
Yeah. 3
So
and
have
3
even-
and 2. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's do it.
Shall we start? Okay.
You want that?
Do you want to
I'm sorry,
Gaza, you have to
you want me to switch it off?
Okay, I'm going to